Shalom, shalom is your boy Zacharias coming at you in this quick tidbit. So we give all praise, our power. I'll be how. Why the Mashak Yahweh and to all the elders of Israel back on the earth regenerated, bringing in the flock, showing the men and the women the right way according to the laws of the Most High, and to the men in Israel and the women in Israel who may not know their culture and heritage, but on the sidelines looking, absorbing, taking notes. It's special shalom to y'all as well. Just want to get right into it. This one is basically called "We at the End. Are you ready for what's about to come?" Right? Are you mentally ready for what's about to come? Because I'm just going to a couple videos, show you how the war drums is beating, right? And how that's going to affect us as well. And I'm going to show you the scriptures to back up what I'm saying. Hit you with the Fair Use Act. Basically, this act is going into commentary, research purposes, and just for, just doing schooling at the time. All right, so hit y'all with Luke chapter 21. But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. But the end is not by and by, which means the end is not yet. Right? Verse 10 said he unto them, this is the Lord, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, which we're seeing right now. Right? We got Iran beef with Israel. We got China beefing with Japan, North Korea beefing with the West beefing with the East. Then he said, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famine, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be from the heavens. Right? This is also going into the moon, the sun, and also seeing chariots. Right? I know brothers love to say everything in the sky is Project Blue Beam, but if the man knows that the Lord is going to show you signs, of course he's going to have something there to deceive you. You have to learn discernment, brother. You can't just assume everything is a deception, then you're going to be deceived. You cannot sit back and believe everything you see is fake. Then you're not going to have faith. Faith is confidence of things that has happened already or is going to happen, right? That's no here, no there. I want to show you the video as going into what the war drums and this prophetic words that are spoken by the Mashak Yahweh, right? Here, the General of the United States.
We are ready and prepared to uphold our obligation under treaty to NATO. As mentioned by the Secretary, an attack against one NATO ally is an attack against all. NATO has significant military capability. NATO has approximately 130 plus brigades of maneuver forces, not including U.S. forces, 93 squadrons of high-end fighters, 4 carriers, many more surface combatants. The military capability of NATO is very, very significant. And we are ready, capable, and prepared.
You're going to go to war, just like the Lord said. Now, when you hear him talking about his basically his military supply and going into how many carriers and all this stuff, that's basically psyching out the next enemy because they're not telling them the real numbers, right? It's like you, if you tell me you're coming for me and you got 10 men with you, I'm like, I don't care, I could get 10 men too. But meanwhile, I got 20, right? That's just what it is. That's a psychological warfare they got going on. But that's between them two, all right? What I'm getting into is our word, which is, I'm about to hit you with Isaiah 4, chapter 1, verse 2. Isaiah 4 and reads, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we shall eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. Now, brothers read that verse, they get all, hyped. I got 3 on one side, 3 on the next side, and I'm going down the street like I'm Dolomite. Guess what, brothers? Before that got to happen, something else got to happen. And if the verses, when the Bible was written, it wasn't chapters. It was just one base scroll. And when you read the precepts before that, you're going to understand why that was even spoken about. Right? I'm going to hit you with it right here. Isaiah 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of the sweet smell, that it should be stink. Now he's talking about the females, and when the Babylonians take us into captivity back then, but it's also future tense for now, because this is the daughter of Babylon, pursuant to Psalms 137, right? And instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, like our females right now. That's why they wear wigs and all these other different hairstyles. The hair don't grow like it used to. Our women used to have nice, long, woolly hair, right? Instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty, which is STDs and all these different plagues and viruses right now, right? Then it gets to, then the men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty men in war. And her gates shall be lamented and mourning, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground, which we are now, right? But we're slowly waking back up. So as these things are happening, that's where Ezra's comes in, right? Men kicking down doors for lack of bread. Ezra's, I believe, is second Ezra's 15, 17 onward down, 18, 19 verses, is talking about all that. Because as these things are happening, there's a shortage, right? We already got pestilence on the earth, right? We already got basically rationing going on in certain places. So as the war kicks off, guess what's happening? The draft kicks in. A draft, right, is a mandatory enrollment of individuals into the armed forces. The United States military has been all voluntary since 1773. But an act of Congress could still reinstate the draft in the case of a national emergency. Okay, now World War III, what would be considered a national emergency? So a lot of us are going to go and fight this war and die. That's what's going to happen. And the ones that refuse, you got Guantanamo Bay or camp, right? These camps that brothers be talking about. That's how you're going to end up going in there. Because a lot of brothers are going to say, I'm not fighting no war for nobody. You're not going to put me on the front line for no goddamn Russian to blow my head off. Okay, no problem. You refuse to go to war, you refute your rights as a citizen. And you're not going to Muhammad Ali your way out of this, and I ain't going over there. You ain't going to go down like that, because the whole world is going to be going into this war. So you're going to either go fight or you're going to lose your rights as a citizen, right? And that's how that's going to play out. And all these things leading up to it. But hear what Christ said. So I love Luke and Paul. If you understand those two brothers, you understand the whole New Testament. Luke 21:36 and reads, Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be counted worthy to escape all these things shall come to pass, and to be stand before the Son of Man. Now, where have we seen this? Right here, where the Lord says, and the escape of Israel. See, brothers? See how the scriptures intertwine one another? Now, if you be worthy to escape these things, that's why it says, woe to them in Amos, woe to them that desire the day of the Lord, right? What good is it to you, right? As much as we want to get out of here in captivity, we want them to set it off, yeah. But guess what? They're going to implement this, and a lot of us going to be going uphill. A lot of us, right? And they know, hey, you guys working out, you guys in shape. What excuse you don't have to go fight for your country? See, these are the things that we have to understand. These are the things that's going to come to pass. I'm not saying that for no brother to be fearful, but I'm saying it to start to let these things absorb into your mind and start to prepare yourself for what's about to go down, right? And then while the men are over there, there's less men over here. That's why Isaiah 4:1 is going to take effect, because the woman that's in the truth, they're not going to have a lot of men in the truth over here. So they're going to say, well, let us just be called by your name. Who's ever the brothers that's going to be around. You know, I'll eat my own bread. I just want to be able to worship the Passover. I want to be in the tabernacle, wherever you at, wherever part of the world. The women are going to say, I don't care about this world. I just want to be next to a man of the Lord. That's how that's going to happen, brothers, right? So get your mind ready. Understand that when you read words is consciousness. When you read the words of the Mashiach Yahushua, his word manifests into reality. That's why they don't want us to read these records back in the days, because the more you read the words of the Lord is the more his kingdom manifests on this earth. That's what prayer is. Prayer comes from a word called channel, like you're channeling the energy from the heavens onto the earth. That's why the Lord says, pray ye therefore this every day. Let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Because the more we do, the more we manifest the Mashiach Yahawashi on this grid, what we call planet Earth. All right, brothers, hope you got edified. Love y'all. See y'all next time. It'll be the Lord's will. Yaharatazah. Like, share, and show your brothers some love, because I love y'all too. With that, shalom.